When Necro first started bringing you around the camp, right? Like all
Mm-hmm.
the other artists and everything, how would you describe the vibe of the camp at that time?
It was dope. I mean, so I came up listening to underground hip hop, Stretch and Bobbito. I was in that world where we're fucking listening. We got our fingers on. I'm up all night, not going to school the next day. You know, listening to Stretch and Bobbito. It was a Thursday night. I don't know if people know or care to know on your audience, but underground hip hop and Stretch and Bobbito show was huge. And if you wanted to hear the dopest new shit, you should be listening to that show and recording that show. Tape decks. The tape deck was ready, and I would make my own mix after. I'd stay up till 4 a.m. till it was over. Maybe call the show and rap because they would have people rap at the end of the show, and make my own tape after it. So listening to the show, being Hyde and coming up, and I was going to like these open mics and things and trying to get my style off and perform in front of people. I was in the circuit. I was going to the shows. I was going to the open mic showcases. I was putting my name in a hat to be picked or not get picked that night to do an open mic and just perform in front of people. I was in that hip hop game, in that rat race, whatever you want to say. You know, like doing that, trying to get my style off, freestyling, ciphering outside of New Eurekan Poets Cafe, Lyricist Lounge, Wetlands, all these places where they had the hip hop events. So when he brought me around, I'm meeting Non-Phixion, his brother, you know, like people who have singles out and have shit out that I'm feeling and I like, that I'm hearing on these shows, people that have shit out that where I want to be. So I was like grateful for it and be like, oh, I'm in the mix with these dope artists that I like. And oh, that's Bill. Oh, that's, you know, whoever, so and so, and I was cool. And they were, maybe they didn't embrace me right away because I was different and I'm Necro's friend. I'm not their friend, but you know, they I don't think they thought like, oh, hey, Hyde, oh, we love you right away. Like, you know, yeah, it wasn't like that. It was just like, yeah, it was cool. Oh, Hyde's around. That's Necro's friend. And so when I was around, I would come to events. And after being with me at different shows, I'd come support their event and then, you know, roll with Necro to a Non-Phixion show or whatever was going on, or roll to their studio on Flatlands Avenue, and I'd be there hanging out and they'd be whatever, rolling up weed and doing whatever, recording tracks, and I was around it, and it's cool, like the early beginning shit, and they're dropping singles, and I'm there, and I think everybody kind of respected me and liked me as far as like as that concerned. Whether they like me musically or not, I think they had their own shit. They're doing their own shit at that time, and they were popping, and I'm nobody at that time, so. Yeah, so there's a hierarchy there, and maybe they didn't think that I was that good of a rapper, or that, well, who's this new kid that he's bringing around? He's rapping horror, you know, whatever. You know, like maybe they thought that. I don't know. I can't really speak because they didn't. If they thought that way, they didn't say it to my face. You know, so it's a, and that's how. But as they showed me love in person. So whether or not they didn't. I know that Necro tells me that he had to lobby them to put me on their albums, and he had a vision to get me on their albums, and I believe that that's true. I don't think he's lying to me, and I think that maybe Bill's a lot doing shit from a lot earlier than I was, and I respect Bill for his contribution to hip hop, and I view him like a fucking legend, you know, of in hip hop. So it's like I have respect for Bill in that right. So whether he thought I was ready or not to be on his album, and maybe he told, oh, this kid's maybe coming out of nowhere and he's not ready yet. And I you know, if you're gonna put him on my album, fine, he could do a hook, you know, like something. I feel like you got to pay dues, and that's cool. And I was hungry, and I was all for it, and I don't care. So that's like, all right, this new player is on the team. We're gonna bat him ninth for a while, and if he shows he can hit some home runs and contribute to the team, then we'll move him up in the order and bat him, you know, sixth and fifth. So I understand there's a hierarchy. I'm a team player, so it is what it is. So maybe people will give him resistance, and maybe, you know, hip hop is a very ego thing with the nose up in the air, and oh yeah, whatever. Very like, oh yeah, he raps too. Who cares? I'm the illest right now. So, you know, and and they were. Non-Phixion was the illest at that point in that realm. So I'm fine with it. I feel like I got respect from Bill later on a little bit, like as far as like, he's given me props between us. We have our own relationship, or we had our own relationship over the years that it is. So Necro did go to bat for me. I was like, yo, you know what? You're bugging. Maybe if you don't think that Hyde is on a level just because he's new, because he's dope and he's very original and he raps rugged and brutal and he's real. So, Necro liked it, and he went to bat for me, and I'll never forget that. And I that's like the person who drafts Jeter. Jeter might not have looked like anything special, skinny kid. Maybe you could play in the Yankees, maybe you can't. But he got the shot,